Odisha grow in terms of their worth, their value, and their reach. And that is where we felt it appropriate that a wider consultation, primarily with the incubators, is required to make sure that we take all the measures to make best of our efforts to achieve the vision that has been set for us. You know that as we grow, as we start something, we come to a great number very sooner. But as we grow later on, we need to put a lot of effort because it's a matter of diminishing return. And that is why it is very important, it is pertinent that the engines that are taking this startup ecosystem in this stage forward has to be connected with, has to be strengthened, has to be enabled so that they can take the further journey which is required to be undertaken in the future. And therefore it was felt important that we sit with you, we discuss with you, we understand where you are, what is your experience in your own entrepreneurial journey, because we look at incubators as an entrepreneur, as an entity itself, which has to sustain, which has to survive, and which has to grow to make sure that they reach to large number of startups, they connect with the ecosystem players, mentors, investors, market players, corporates, so that they continue to deliver the mandate, the value, and the services that they have been created for. And that is where the government of Odisha, the startup Odisha entity as such, wants to play a major role, collaborate with you, to work with you, so that you can march ahead, you can move forward with the kind of confidence, with the kind of mandate that you have for yourself. In this whole discourse, this discussion, as my colleague has just said, that's a peer learning platform also. We want to make sure that we meet very often. We share with each other the kind of success story that we have, the kind of experiences that we have, the kind of problem that we face, the kind of challenges that we face, what is the kind of issues that are coming in front of you in terms of moving beyond the critical mass. How do we make ourselves sustainable? How do we make ourselves complete? How do we collaborate with each other so that we supplement and complement each other's effort, so that this whole ecosystem, which is essentially based on the foundation of incubator ecosystem, becomes one, and we grow and move like a machine with all the factors, all the players bringing together. In this connect, I must say that Odisha has grown a lot. With 23 incubators in place, I must say that there are several notable incubators, and they are doing very well. They have been able to attract large number of startups from other parts of this country also. I just don't want to side for differentiating between one incubator and another, but I must say that I have information that during the recent screening process hackathon that was organized by Software Technology Park of India under their next generation incubation services, I have been told that we have been able to attract large number of ODI startups, and their ideas have been adjudged better than other part of the country, because this NGS program is spread all across the country, and Odisha has found a great place in the entire selection process, hackathon process, and there is very encouraging information that I am sharing with you. That goes to show that Odisha has come to a place as a critical mass where in case we work together, we can make a lot of difference in the times to come. Not only we grow in number, but we also grow in quality. You work with investors, you work with the government organization, you work with several funding agencies, you work with the mentors, you work with the knowledge service providers, and that is why you are a body of knowledge. You are growing. You are, moving up the value chain with your conscious effort. And that is why it is very important for us to gather what you believe, what you feel, what is your own vision for the future, and where do you think that we can play a role to further your vision, to improve and enable so that you can achieve your vision. I must say that we are sitting there in the OHub facility. This OHub has to become a manifestation of aggregated and collective, effort that we are putting in place in terms of promoting the startup ecosystem in this state. The OHub has to, represent you. We have to work in a kind of collaborative framework where all the incubators in the state of Odisha or the part of a larger OHub concept. And that is where we are working for. I would also like to hear from you as to how do we really make it very dynamic collaboration between OHub and your incubator so that we learn from each other and OHub becomes a facilitator, a real hub, so that you can access from it the knowledge services, the services of mentor pool, investors, and other best practices, and any other support that you require as a gateway to reach to the government organization, to seek any support, any facilitation, any simplification of rule, ease of doing business. All these things the OHub can facilitate, and that is where you also want to grow to move up the value chain so that you can also take the benefit that we have to offer. And most importantly, the idea of oneness has to be there so that all the incubators, whereas they compete in terms of making their own brand, but at the same time they also collaborate with each other so that they could benefit from each other's knowledge, experience and vision. That is where this entire discussion has been organized, and I am very sure that during the course of discussion and presentation by you, we will all learn from your presentation, your peers will learn sitting here in this house, and we will also learn, and your input, feedback, experience and vision would actually help us in terms of taking certain measures in our upcoming under revision Odisha startup policy. And this is also again to assure you that it is the incubator ecosystem on which we are founding the entire vision of startup Odisha. You are going to be the engine of growth for the startup ecosystem, and that is why you are integral part of startup Odisha. Absolutely integral part, as this OHub is integral part of startup Odisha. You are at the same page, you are on the same footing, and therefore feel free to let us know as to how you want to, want support from us, what kind of support from us and others, so that you become sustainable, so that you deliver the mandate for which you have been created for. With these few words, I must thank you for coming here. On my behalf, you will have a formal vote of thanks, but on my behalf, I must thank you. It was my first formal interaction, structured interaction with you, but it is also at the same time a very, very informal meeting where we will share all our views, whatever we feel. Feel free to share, feel free to give your suggestion and input that will help us in future course of action and will benefit from all the interaction that we are holding it today. Thank you very much.